On WHR, we're going to take you inside the fascinating world of breeding, sales and bloodstock. There'll be loads of foals, some fascinating personalities and some people that you've never heard of or seen before. This is Breed to Succeed. This is the beautiful National Stud here in Newmarket. It's pretty unique because it's owned by the Jockey Club, and that means that anybody can book a tour to come and visit. A couple of years ago, it welcomed one of its biggest stars to date, the very famous, the very popular Stradivarius.
The foals are the best bit, honestly. I've foaled 4 now and I can't get enough of it. It's like an addiction, pulling them out and seeing how they react with their mums. And, you know, you see them the next few days, they've got a personality and you're running around with their mum. That is one of the best bits. It's made me so much more passionate about foaling. And especially seeing them grow up, especially the ones in January who are now in March, they're massive now and you almost can't believe they're growing up so fast, and next year they'll be yearlings or they'll be doing foal prep later this year. It's amazing.
The National Stud was purchased by the Jockey Club from the Levy Board in 2008, and we became part of the Jockey Club group then.
I'm very lucky to work here. I'm very lucky to be doing something I'm very passionate about.
The National Stud's mission is to act for the greater good of the British breeding industry and for the British breeders.
This time of the year is undoubtedly my favourite time of the year. We're bouncing from the new foals of the Foaling unit, which I'll see every morning, to then the developing foals, how they're progressing, how we can maximise their potential, either aiming towards the sales or, of course, just for the racetrack.
So everything is going back into the ecosystem of the British thoroughbred industry and the future sustainability of the thoroughbred.
It's just a vibrant time of the year, and it's just with the weather coming in, with springtime, the new foals on the ground, it's just a brilliant time. So I love this part of the year. Strad retired here in 2022. Obviously at that time he was coming off the back of an unbelievable racing career, probably one of the most successful racing careers we've ever seen. And the buzz around the place then was huge. The international appeal of Stradivarius really drew a lot of attention to the stud, and I suppose we maybe thought eventually that would die down, but it just hasn't.
For me, the arrival of Stradivarius was just absolutely made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, because he came off the box. All of the other stallions were just go, who is this guy? But he just called out, and he has such presence, such charisma.
And Strad really still attracts so many conversations, so many good memories about him in his racing career, and we have so many people through the stud here who a lot of them are here to see Stradivarius, and he still has that appeal, and because of that we're just so pleased to have him here at the stud.
And it came at a really important time in our history as well. I think he's such a wonderful character to have at the stud, and he made his presence felt very immediately and definitely continues to do so. Personality-wise,
he is very kind. He likes being out and about. He likes being outside of his box, out in the paddock, in the cover and shed. He likes to be active. He likes to be busy in what he's doing and have a busy, full schedule. He's a very tough horse. Like he's dominant. He knows he's the man. He lets everybody know about it, and he's very professional in everything that he does here now. So he's a pleasure to be around, and I never get sick of seeing Stradivarius in the paddock or in the cover and shed, or showing him to people who he really had an impact on when he was racing.
So people can come and do public tours here at the National Stud. You can book through Discover Newmarket. Stradivarius is certainly a big draw.
And if he was a person, is there anyone you could liken him to?
I think Paul Scholes, not only the gingerness. If you watch old interviews of people who talk about who was the best player they ever played with, Paul Scholes probably comes up quite a lot. He did everything. He did everything on the pitch. His teammates relied on him, they loved him, and I think that's kind of the same as Strad, in that he covered all areas. He had all the attributes of a top-class, world-class horse.
We now have European champion sprinter Brad Sell here also, and they're totally different in personality. We call them Brad and Strad. They're very, very different characters, but they both have that real connection with the public.
So lucky to have Brad Sell standing here for his first season at stud. What a racehorse he was. We stand stallions here on behalf of owner breeders. We form syndicates, we put partnerships together, what we've done with Brad Sell. So everything just aligned rightly, and we're really grateful for Victorious Racing to allow us to stand here in partnership with the National Stud and other breeders as well.
There's a sale somewhere every month of the year, so 2025 didn't take too long to ramp into gear, with sales in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, South Africa, Ireland and the USA. The highest profile of the bunch was Australia's epic Magic Millions, which took place on the Gold Coast in January. Top of the pile was a daughter of first season sire Home Affairs and three-time Group 1 winner Sunlight.
We all know Sunlight so well. She epitomises everything that Magic Millions, the dam of the filly. She was a stunning yearling, her mother, who went on to become a champion. Then she broke a record selling as a broodmare here. You know what she's done at stud now, the mighty Sunlight, a true Magic Millions star.
Who sold to Japanese trainer Mitsu Nakachida for an auction record Aussie $3.2 million, or just over $2 million US.
I sell her for $3,200,000. $3,200,000 buys her.
That price eclipsed the all-time Gold Coast yearling sale record of $2.8 million, set the previous day by a Schnitzel colt out of Hummer Hummer, who sold to top trainer Kieran Mayer. Records were also broken in the US, where Florida staged the Akala breeding sale. It was a striking grey son of Gunrunner who stole the headlines, selling to Suzanne Stables via agent Donato Lani for a sales record $3 million US. Over in South Africa, the Cape Premier yearling sale took place over 2 days in March. On day 1, sire Vercingetorix absolutely smashed it, being responsible for the 5 highest lots, including the colt already named Wreath of Snow, who sold for 9 million rand. That's $485,503 US to be precise, to Greg Bortz.
For 9 million. All done.
Just in case you thought that Bloodstock and breeding was all about people who've maybe seen a fair bit of life, introducing the young, fresh face of Jai Parmar. Now, you are a little bit famous, aren't you? Because a couple of years ago, you became the youngest buyer at Tattersalls.
Yeah, so 3 days after my 18th birthday, I went to the Somerville sale and I bought a profitable colt out of a distorted human mare, 32,000.
Why?
Ever since I was a kid, I've had a huge interest, passion for racing, passion for horses. My family have obviously had race horses growing up and have been going to the races, going to the racing yards in the morning, seeing what's what, going to the sales. Got the bug, inevitably, and desperate to buy a horse and sell and race myself and do a million different things within racing. So as soon as I can, 3 days after my 18th birthday, went to the sales and bought a horse.
And then take us through the process. So people who don't know, they've never been to Tats, they've never bought a horse. You go there, you sign, you're very happy, here's my shiny new horse. Then what do you do with him?
So, hammer falls down, sign the docket, and then you're left with this horse. Send it to because it was a yearling, send it to a pre-trainer, kept it in Newmarket, got it broken in. Then after that, it was in a racing yard in Newmarket for a while, just to keep it going, keep it cantering. And then I decided I'm going to send it to the breeze up sales. So it got accepted for the Guineas breeze up. It went to Malcolm Bastard, fantastic breeze up consigner, and it sold well, sold for 150,000, which was great for the first one.
I mean, that must be an amazing feeling. How did it feel?
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. I was actually sitting an exam during the sale, so I couldn't be there, which was devastating. And I had an exam, as I said, and I was nervous enough as it is without that going on. And turned my phone off, handed it in before the exam. Didn't think about the exam one bit, completely fluffed it and was thinking only about the horse. Come out the exam and see about 200 messages saying well done, see the videos from Tattersalls saying sold for 150,000. So coming out of a disastrous exam, it was absolutely fantastic.
Talk us through the costing. So you've got your horse from Tats,
yeah,
or wherever. As you say, you go take them somewhere, you put them on a farm or you take them to a consignor's.
When you buy the horse, you obviously vet them, you wind test them, you've got all the associated costs and commission for the auction house and all the rest of that. Then you take them to their pre-trainer or consignor, there's daily training fees, vet bills.
And you have to be pretty brave because 32,000 is a lot of money. It's a deposit on a house, it's a year's salary for a lot of people. There's safer ways to invest that.
Definitely. I mean, a horse can break its leg the following day and God forbid that never happens, and I've been very lucky so far. But I've just had a passion for it ever since ever. It was always something I wanted to do, and as soon as I can, I just did it. And
just go back to the start, because I know your mum and particularly your dad very much into racing and breeding, but it's not something that's been in your family for generations.
No,
you're all quite new to it.
Not at all. I was about probably 10, 12 years old when we first got into racing. We had a filly called Itania, and we just expanded, and the family's passion for racing expanded, and here we are today.
Is this going to be your career? It seems to me you've got lots to choose from.
It's a hobby at the moment, and I think it will always be a hobby. Currently focusing on my degree and all my other things going on as well, but it's definitely going to be part of my life for a long time.
And talk to us about polo, because what I like is you maybe could have bought some polo ponies, but you've taken some from the track and retrained them.
Yeah, so very lucky. I've got a lovely Kodiak filly, Nervous Neris. She's a dual winner, won with a Holly Doyle at Brighton a few times over 5 furlongs. I retrained her myself, and thoroughbred fillies, they're fantastic for polo.
Are a lot of people doing it now?
Yeah, I'd say so. In the UK, it's either imports from Argentina or retrained racehorses. There are a few other breeds knocking around, but thoroughbreds for polo is definitely on the rise.
Why are horses sometimes sold in guineas? Mainly, it's tradition. The use of guineas in livestock sales is a long-standing tradition in the UK. Many auction houses and farmers have continued to use this term, which has become part of the culture around livestock trading. A guinea was a coin minted in the UK between 1663 and 1814. It's currently worth US $1.31 or thereabouts.
I'm Álvaro Odriozola, football player for Real Madrid. Since the day I was young, I've been in love with horses, and I'm very passionate, you know. Crazy stuff.
This is Kingman.
I love this stallion. Such an impressive horse.
Yeah.
Wow. It's my passion, you know, it's my dream, and yeah, in the future I just want to breed, and frankly it's a dream, you know. It's by the greatest sire of all time, in my opinion, Galileo. And he's the best horse of all time.
All comers, all grounds, all making.
And here he is. Now you see what I mean about movement.
The greatest horse of all time.
Unbeaten in 14 starts. He was champion 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. It was the first time a horse had been champion 2, 3 and 4 in about 60 years. Great balance, great strength, an incredible physique, great outlook. Go up to him.
The greatest horse ever graced this world. Wow. I'm speechless.
You know, we're very lucky we work with him every day, so you can't get blasé about things because he is just simply very special.
Gets a bit emotional. This is a dream.
Yeah, it is a dream.
If anyone asks you about the best racehorse in the world, what should he look like? That's what he should look like, because that's what he is. You know, he has great balance. He's not too long in the back. He has very great depth through the shoulder. Very good quarter and a very good hind leg. His hind leg is a little bit straight, which is a great sign, a sign of speed. And conformationally, he is very good in front.
Sculpted by the gods.
Well,
by the
that's
gods
one way of describing
horses. The goat. If he was a footballer, I think he would be Pelé, Di Stefano, Cruyff, Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and Zidane all together.
It seems topical to go with Folk Melody, the dam of Hong Kong star and 10-time Group 1 winner Romantic Warrior. The 14-year-old daughter of Street Cry lives at Corduff Stud in Ireland and has produced 3 other winners as well as Romantic Warrior. A winner at Newmarket on debut for Charlie Appleby, Folk Melody was purchased for Corduff at the Goff Sales by Blandford Bloodstock for €82,000. A bargain perhaps, when you consider what this supermum has achieved since. That's it from this first episode of Breed to Succeed, but join us again next time when we'll be taking you behind the scenes for the highs and lows of the Breed Up sales, and we'll be bringing you the big interview from here in Dubai. Bye for now.